Hi, this is Tim from Time to Sew, and I'm here again with another workshop. And this time it's peel-offs. The peel-offs that we've been working on for a few months are now here, and they're very new. They're very different and things that you've probably not seen before. We have some lovely finishes. This mirror ice blue, for example, same finish in gold, violet, red, and we'll be using some of these to make up some cards. So that's the mirror finish. Then we have pastels. Look, pastels, there we go. And then these ones, which are a mixture of holographic and glitter, a much bigger grain than the holographic that I've seen in the past, and we're going to be using these, combining different sheets to make a multicoloured image. And then this one that I'm really pleased with, we're calling this Pearl, and it actually has a quite a pronounced rough texture on the background, which contrasts nicely against the smooth gold edge around where you peel. So that's Pearl. Another one which is rather nice, going back to the mirror, is this copper mirrored camel scene with the three kings and the star. So let's get going. I'm going to use my black card. So this is pre-creased, just 5-inch square card, which you'll find on the website. And what I'm going to do is peel the main part of this design. There we go. Very easy. And I'm just going to apply that centrally to the front of the card. Now, to avoid waste when I'm doing this, I tend to make two cards at once. So I'm going to second piece of card, second colour of peel off, this time I'm using the green, and I'm just going to do the same again. So I'm going to peel that circle again. Okay. Now I'm taking the waste from the green sheet. I've sped this up a bit so you don't get bored, and I'm just tearing away this border. I'm going to discard that because I don't need it and it's just going to get in the way. And I'm going to concentrate on all of these little pieces that were left behind when we peeled away the green circle. All I'm doing now is layering consecutive layers of Scotch Magic tape, overlapping each strip across the whole of my sheet here. Now they're all down, I'm just using the back of my nail, but you could equally use a teaspoon just to smooth it down. Make sure all of the little pieces are stuck nicely to the tape, and then by peeling the back end away, I'm left with all of the pieces on the tape. And I've just trimmed off the excess of the tape, and now I'm going to apply the green infill to the red circle. So by looking through the tape, I can line the pieces up It's worth taking a few minutes and getting this absolutely right. So that's it, there we go. And then smoothing down, you want to make sure that you don't push any surplus tape against the card, or you do stand a danger of stripping a bit of the surface of the card away. But I'm just going along with my finger. Once that's done, I'm going to start peeling the tape back. Now the secret here is to sort of roll it off, keeping the angle that the tape is coming away from the card as acute as possible. That way you'll find that the pieces will tend to stay on the card rather than curl off with the tape. If as you're pulling you find there's a little bit that has come away with the tape, just back up a little bit, give it another rub, and away you go again. Now we do this peel off in 4 colours. This obviously is just 2, red and green, but coming up in a moment are some examples where I've used 2, 3, 4 colours in the same design. Because of the holographic nature of this peel off, it's quite weird in good light, in that they look very 3D. They look like they're standing up off the card. Just get that last little bit of tape away, and there we go, finished. So here we go, that's the one we've just been making, red and green. And here's a multi, red, green and gold. And again, but this time on the black card, white card. Leaving some spaces, as I have done on this one, gives you a different look again. Right, new one again. This is one of the pastel peel-offs. It's a multi-layer one, and I'm just going to peel the main element, the largest one, and stick that straight onto the card. The nice thing about these peel-offs is that obviously it's printed with gold foil on a yellow backing, and as you peel, most of the sort of doily shape that I'm peeling here is just gold, but there are little highlights of yellow which just give it that little bit of a lift. Now I'm going to be layering this one with acetate. I'm using quite a thick acetate, and it has the beauty that it doesn't need that many foam dots to keep it separated. If you use the very thin acetate, it's easier to cut, but you find you need to use a lot of foam dots. Now I'm just peeling here all of the different elements and putting them onto the acetate, and then I'm going to cut them out. Because the acetate is see-through, you don't have to be that accurate with the cutting. Where there's a lot of detail, I don't bother cutting into every piece of detail. You can, however, make these look very different by layering them using card in between, either all the same colour or toning colours make a nice effect. But this time we're going for the light delicateness of working with acetate all the time. So this is the last little element that I'm finishing off cutting, and then I'm going to use my trusty clear foam dots. These are very similar to the white foam, double-sided foam dots that you'll all be used to, except as the name would suggest, they're clear. You could do this with normal foam dots, but they can be a bit unsightly unless you're really careful in the way you position them to be behind a solid coloured area on your peel-off. So there we go, I think it's actually 5 layers on this one now. And there's the finished card. Now because I had so many peel-offs to show this time, I've had to split the workshop into 2. So this is part 1, look out for part 2.